8,500 pounds worth of Russian tractor, 125 miles from the house. So I got the tractor pulled down here to the shed. Me and my brother went and picked it up from northern part of the state last week. Got in trade some of my old truck cab we have for it. But here it is. This is don't know a lot about it. It's a Belarus, but it's also, see right here labeled Nortrack, but on plates, other places on it it's a Belarus 525, four-wheel drive, obviously, got a loader. Like I said, I got it pushed into the shed here. I'm gonna start tinkering around with it. I don't know if it's gonna do anything or not. I know that the starter doesn't work now. I know that the clutch doesn't seem to work, but when we went and picked it up, we were able to push start it and get it to fire over on ether and act like it wanted to start, but we run out of room pushing it. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I ordered a new starter for it. It came in last night. I'm gonna put a starter on it and go from there, see if we can get the engine running, and if it runs, then go around and try to figure out what's else wrong with it and see if we can make something work with it. So put a new starter here on the Belarus 525 and got the motor running. Honestly, it didn't take too much at all. I put the starter on it, bled the injection lines. I wish I would have got a video, but I lost that. And she started, she was pumping good, still wasn't quite starting. So started addressing a air issue, and this is what was left of the air filters here in it. So I took all that off for right now and started working with it, and it starts up and runs pretty decent. Now, it's got a couple more issues I need to address. It's got a small oil leak where the oil sending unit line goes to the pressure gauge. The clutch has an issue still. It's not wanting to engage. I need to pull an inspection plate off of it and see what's going on there. But the engine runs good. Hydraulics work. The steering works. It's making good oil pressure. It's staying cool. And so that's a good start and makes it worthwhile going a little bit farther on it. Still got to figure out this weird control pattern. Not exactly sure. Haven't got quite the shifting pattern mastered yet. It's like a single stick shifter that you twist and it goes forwards and backwards. A couple of my like my PTO lever back here seems to be froze up. It's not working, but I think we can handle all that. The biggest next step will be the clutch, but it does run, so that's a good start. If anybody has any information on these tractors, it's definitely a different machine than I'm used to, but got a couple questions like what exactly this knob here does. It goes to some cables that goes to a gearbox up in the front of the hood, and what exactly just the levers do. Any information would be useful. Not sure if I'm doing it wrong or if it's just something going on here. I'm guessing it's froze up, but we'll see. So I have over here on the tractor, we have got the PTO lever freed up for the most part. Figured out that the PTO does work and engages and disengages. And figured out that the draft control right here, the bracket's kind of broke off the bottom, rusted out. I think we need to pull that back and get a new bracket welder on, and hopefully that will fix that. And I think this is some sort of a draft control for the 3-point hitch. I'm still trying to figure that out, but this is the PTO. Figured out that this is the 4-wheel drive, and we're making some progress. So, as if one piece of junk tractor for the week wasn't enough, I got another one. This is a old Ford backhoe of some sort. I really just bought it for parts from my other backhoe. I really don't have any intention of it running or anything, or getting back to work, but you know, I got to try it just to see. And you know, it's obviously been sitting for, not sure, at least about 17 years. We don't know how long it's sat before that, but I mean, obviously it's got like a rust hole in the transmission. It's got enough algae on it to start a small farm of some sort. But although it's a Ford, it's kind of remarkably similar to our Massey Ferguson. It's got a lot of parts that will interchange. The rear tires and rims are the exact same. I think the parts off the backhoe will be the same, and we'll see. Possibly even use a part off the front bucket or something like that. But we're gonna throw a battery in it, which I already got the jump pack set up on, and a battery, and gonna go get some ether and see what it'll do. So, rigged up a little temporary fuel line here. Blade injectors off. Put a good fresh battery and some jump box on it. And sometimes these old diesels surprise you how good they'll run. Well, I got the backhoe pulled back over here out the way. I actually backed it over here. The transmission, even besides the big gaping hole in the side of it, seems to work. All the gears shift. It goes forward and reverse. I drove it over here, but not really sure what I'm gonna do with this yet. It's like I said, it would take, although it does run and all that, it would take a good bit of work to get it back using it. Just something that, you know, not so sure it's worth it. You know, it's going to need a lot of new hydraulic lines. It's going to need the transmission addressed. I'm not sure how good of shape it's in internally or not. But more thing about it, probably what I'm going to end up doing with this is take the rear tires off of it. Maybe take the backhoe attachment off of it, save it because of the valve, and you know, might could use the bucket or something like that, and the backhoe attachment will come off fairly easily. I said save the tires, and then probably save the engine and scrap the rest of it. Not really sure though, but that's more likely what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna probably just split it in half right where the engine and transmission meet, and keep the whole front, you know, like the pump, radiators, all that kind of like one unit, and then probably scrap the loader and, you know, transmission rear end, unless I decide to find something else to do with it. But you know, if you happen to be around the low country of South Carolina and need a part off of it before I scrap it, let me know. So the Belarus, I think we are definitely going to continue on with trying to fix this one. I say it seems to be showing potential so far. It looks like, just by judging by, I pulled an inspection plate off the bottom of the clutch bell housing, and it looks like the clutch is just slipping when you go to put it in gear. I got a book coming to really show me how to adjust it and what the clearances should be on it. So might possibly be able to adjust it and get it to work, or might have to get a new clutch for it. But I got a book coming. I ordered one that come here, and it was completely in Russian or some other language besides English. I'm assuming Russian, but I got an English version on the way now, and we'll get that and see what happens.